Math yesterday we talked about coins and the value of coins. Today is going to continue to build on the value of coins, but today more specifically we're going to look at finding a value of coins within a word problem. So we're going to have word problems that give us an amount of coins or a value of coins, and we're going to have to figure out what the amount or the answer is based off of the coins. Today you're going to do again 2 Google Forms. Your application problem that's on the board that we're going to go over in just a second will be in Google Form, and you're going to have 2 word problems that you will be able to find on Google Forms as well, dealing with money. Now, the last thing that you'll have to do for math is you're going to do iReady Math today for about 20 minutes today. So, excuse me, I know we haven't done iReady Math for a little bit, so this is going to be what you're going to do today. But let's look at our application problem. Danny has 2 dimes, 1 quarter, 3 nickels, and 5 pennies. What is the total value of Danny's coins? Again, like always, I'm going to underline my question. What is the total value of Danny's coins? With that being said, what is it that I'm trying to find? I want to find the total value. So the key word right here for me is total value. I'm going to go back and I'm going to read the beginning of it. Danny has 2 dimes, 1 quarter, 3 nickels, and 5 pennies. Again, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Danny. I don't care if it's Martha. I don't care if it's Eugene. I don't care. I care about the amount of coins that are there, and then I need to add it up. So Danny has 2 dimes, 1 quarter, 3 nickels, and 5 pennies. So let's do a quick review. Dime's our first one. I'm going to put D for dime. Dime is worth 10 cents. I'm going to then use quarter because that's our second coin. A quarter is worth 25 cents. As I look, my next one is nickel. Nickels are worth 5 cents. And my last one is a penny. A penny is worth 1 cent. Now, I just put down what one of those coins' value would be. For dimes, you've got 2, so you would take 10 plus 10. Quarter, 25 cents. Nickels, you've got 3, so you got to do 5 plus 5 plus 5. And pennies, you do 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And that will get you your answer. Again, you can find your application problem in a Google form. And then I am going to go over a problem here on my whiteboard, and you'll have 2 problems to solve on Google Forms there. And then don't forget, iReady Math, 20 minutes. This is the word problem that I'm going to solve. We have Grace has 3 dimes, 2 nickels, and 12 pennies. How much does she have? Again, underline my question. Want to know how much does she have? So basically, much is kind of my key word. We know that she's got 3 dimes, 2 nickels, and 12 pennies. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to write D for dime. Now, I know that dimes are worth 10 cents, so 3 of those would equal 30 cents. I'm then going to write nickels in. Nickels are worth 5 cents. If she's got 2, that is 10 cents. And then if she's got pennies, 12 of them, that is 12 cents. I'm going to then write this, instead of doing it vertical, I'm going to write it horizontal. And then I'm going to add my tens together. So 30 cents plus 10 cents plus 12 cents. Okay. I'm sorry if it's getting a little crooked. Okay, I'm going to find my tens, and I'm going to add them together. So 30 plus 10 is 40. So 40 cents. Now I've used this and this, so I'm just going to drop the 12 down. 40 plus 12. Now I can take a 10 out. So if I take a 10 out, that's going to leave me with 2. So then I'm going to do 40 plus 10 equals 50. And then 50 plus 2 equals 52. Because it's a word problem, don't forget my label. We're talking about money, so I'm going to use cent sign. So 52 cents will be my answer. I will give you two problems that you're going to fill out on Google Form. We'll go over to the computer. I will show those two problems. You can look at them, read them. I'll read them out loud, and then you will go to Google Forms and answer the two questions. Again, Google Forms and answer two math questions. And then don't forget, you have iReady Math for 20 minutes. As you can see, here are your two questions. Lisa has 2 dimes and 4 pennies in one pocket and 4 nickels and 1 quarter in the other pocket. How much money does she have in all? Then Mamadou found 39 cents in the sofa last week. This week he found 2 nickels, 4 dimes, and 5 pennies. How much money does Mamadou have altogether? Again, both of these problems will be found in a Google form. I will write out the question, and all you got to do is solve with an answer. Both of these will be in Google Forms. Yesterday I asked you guys to give me 20 minutes of outside activity if possible, and then to create or build something. So we're at a time now where it's the activity and challenge. So I've kind of been thinking, I'm like, man, what can I do today? What can I do? What am I going to have them do? And you know what I thought of? Give me a beat. Give me a beat. It can be with your hands or your feet. Give me a beat. I don't care what you do. Give me a beat. With your hands or your feet, I don't care. Give me a beat. So today it is going to be music time. Your activity is going to be create a beat. I don't care if you're doing drums on pots and pans. I don't care if you're doing it on a table. I don't care if you're playing guitar, flute, music. I don't care what it is. But your job is to create some type of sound to create music. It's a beat. Make it happen. Hi guys, it's Read Aloud time with Mr. Elliott. We're going to be back in Junie B. Jones. We're on Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is titled Smiling. When we finally got to school, I started feeling shaky inside because I didn't want to get laughed at, remember? Plus, I was still concerned about the fruit throwing. I closed my mouth real tight and I walked back to my desk. Lenny smiled and waved at me. I went back. Then, very slowly, I did a shy smile. That's when Lenny jumped up from his desk and he did a loud whoop. Cool, he said. You look cool, Junie B. Jose heard Lenny and came to see. Then he grinned and grinned at my brand new smile, and he gave me a happy high five. And that is not even the best part. Because Mr. Scary saw what was going on, and he came all the way to my desk to see my tooth. And he gave me a smiley face sticker. After that, he clapped his hands together, and he made an announcement to Room 1. He told them I lost my tooth, and he asked me to stand up and show them a special new smile. I swallowed real nervous. Then I stood up kind of jittery, and I opened my lips a teensy bit so the children could see my new tooth hole. And what do you know? Room 1 was happy for me. All of them smiled real nice, except not May, of course. May just rolled her eyeballs. I said, you look weird, Junie. I think you look weird, Junie Jones, she said. I think your smile looks silly. I sat down. No, May, this is a silly smile, I said. Then I put my fingers in the side of my mouth, and I stretched my mouth across my face, and I wiggled my tongue at her very fast. Lenny and Jose laughed and laughed. And guess what? At lunchtime, I made my smile even funnier because Lenny gave me a raisin, and I put it right in my tooth hole. And it stuck there very hilarious. Shirley laughed her head off at that joke. I'm beginning to enjoy that girl. So, how much did the Tooth Fairy leave you? She asked. Did you get a bundle? Yeah, said Lenny. I was wondering that, too. I started feeling squirmy again. I looked at Herb kind of worried. He tried to explain the matter to them. Well, Junie B didn't exactly leave her tooth for the fairy yet, he said. All of the children looked at me. Why, they said. Why didn't you leave it, Junie B? I squirmed some more. Then finally I took a deep breath. I got issues with that fairy, that's why, I said kind of quiet. Issues? What? Asked Lenny. Like what kind of issues? I swallowed real hard. Issues like, well, what does she do with the teeth, for instance, I said. For a minute, nobody said anything. Then May made the cuckoo sound at me. Cuckoo, cuckoo. What does the fairy do with the teeth, she said. What kind of dumb issue is that? I flashed my angry eyes at that girl. Hey! Well, if it's so dumb, then you must know the answer, right, May? I said. And so what does the fairy do with the teeth? Huh? She doesn't pay money just to throw them away, does she? After that, I waited and waited for her to answer. The other children waited too, but May didn't say anything. Well, I said. Well, said Shirley. Well, said Jose. Finally, May's face turned red, and she went to get a drink of water. After that, the whole lunch table started talking about the fairy, only no one knew what she did with the teeth. We wondered and wondered. Then all of a sudden, Lucille stood up. And she fluffed her fluffy dress. Well, guess what? I don't really care what the tooth fairy does with the teeth. All I care about is how much money she leaves. She looked at room 1. You're nothing without money, people. Remember that? She said. I tapped my fingers on the table, kind of annoyed. Yeah, only that doesn't even answer my question, Lucille, because I still don't know what she does with the teeth. Lucille put her hand on her hips. Well, maybe she just collects them, she said. Did you ever think of that? Huh? Collecting stuff is a hobby, you know. My Richie Nana collects tons of junk, and she pays good money for it, too. I tapped my fingers some more. Then I put my chin on my hands, and I thought about Lucille's Nana. Finally, I started to smile a little bit, because maybe Lucille's idea might make some sense, possibly. Pretty soon, Herb smiled a little bit, too. A tooth collection, huh? He said. Maybe that's the answer, Junie B. Yeah, that just might be it. The fairy might collect teeth as a hobby or something. Sure, said Lenny. There's nothing wrong with collecting stuff. Like I collect baseball cards, but I don't really do anything with them. See, I collect matchbox cars, said Jose. What's wrong with that? Just then, Sheldon springed up from the table. Yes, and I collect vacuum cleaner bags, and the doctor says that's perfectly normal. After that, Sheldon laughed and he pretended to vacuum his pants. All of us moved away from him, and then the bell rang and everybody went outside for recess. That afternoon, I wrote in my journal, Dear First Grade Journal, me and Herb talked some more on the playground. We decided that the Tooth Fairy has a tooth collection, probably, and that it's not even weird, possibly. Also, I promised Herb I would put my tooth under my pillow tonight. I hope we are right about this woman. From Junie B., first grader. P.S. I wish me all the best. And that concludes Chapter 8. Tomorrow, we'll start on Chapter 9, Miracles. We'll pick up with Junie B. Jones again tomorrow. Okay, let's go over your homework today. Homework for reading, you have iReady reading, and then do that for 15 to 20 minutes. I have down about 20 minutes. And then you have, on your own time, read a book for about 20 minutes. For writing, you have a journal entry writing. Remember, do that on a Google document, one that you've already shared with me. Don't have to create a new one. And then you have your acrostic poem, choosing your favorite color. I shared mine, so I would like you to share yours. For math, you have the application problem found on Google Forms. You have 2 other questions that are problem-solving questions dealing with money, also on Google Forms. And then you're going to do iReady Math for 20 minutes. Don't forget your activity or challenge. Create a beat using some type of sound or music. I want to just say before I leave that I wish you guys well. Keep working hard. I love the fact that you guys are putting in a lot of time and effort. But, like I'm going to say, that's a wrap, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.